let's move into how to attract our private clients. So if you're wanting to attract more private clients in your healing practice, then this video is definitely for you. Even if you don't have a big list, even if you don't have a big audience, you can still attract private clients. And I'm going to talk to you about how, by exposing the 3 blocks that we might have to attracting private clients and the medicine for those blocks. So, taking a moment to settle in, coming into our breath, taking a deep breath in, exhale, sigh it out. Awareness dropping down from your crown all the way down into your hara. Begin to breathe into your low belly. Sustain your awareness there. Soften shoulders, soften your face, soften your eyes. And then feel into your heart space, naming any emotions that you might be feeling. Happy, sad, angry, afraid, or some variation of that. And then how are you relating to your emotions? Is it with kindness or criticism? Begin to relate to yourself with kindness. And any inner shifting that happens with that invitation, trusting that. And then last, just checking in with your mind and noticing, your thinking mind, and noticing, are there any stories or are there any thoughts that are pulling you out of presence? Just shining the light of awareness on them. Not with judgment or criticism, but just with kindness and just looking and seeing that in itself, just acknowledging what's here, creates a space from with which our intention can arise. What is your intention? What is it that you'd like to feel and receive from our time together today? And then when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And if you don't have your journal, go ahead and get that out. And then the most important intention likely is presence. And so allow yourself to receive whatever is here in this teaching that you're needing to receive at this time in your life to help you move forward, to help you step more confidently into your role as a thriving healer. I really do believe that if we're not connected, if we have a calling in our heart to help others heal and we don't activate that calling and share it with the world, then there's this sense and this feeling that something's missing. And it can lead us to all kinds of destructive behaviors and patterns and just a sense that we're not really living deeply in our life. And so that's a sucky place to live. I lived there for a while, and you don't need to if you're working on activating your calling. And so I'm really happy that you're here. So as I've mentioned before, in the last 2 videos, we looked at how to confidently build your private client base. And the first day we looked at confidence and looked at the blocks there and the medicine for those blocks. And then the next day we looked at clarity, the blocks to clarity, and the medicine to those blocks. And today we're visiting clients, how to attract our ideal clients, like clients that we just absolutely adore and love to work with, who love us too. Let your person experience what it would be like to work with you. Let them feel it in their bodies. So create a change in the private session that allows your prospective client or student to feel a change in their body. And you won't be able to do that because that's what they're gonna sign up for. If they feel like you can solve that problem of whatever pain they're experiencing in the session, then that's what's gonna get them to enroll in a bigger offering with you. They'll need to know, like, and trust you. And part of the ways that we do this is to offer a complimentary or freely offered session. They'll value the work if they experience it. And so also you want to come at it from a place of giving, of serving. not a place of getting. At the same time, part of serving them is realizing that one session ain't gonna do it. If you've done private work yourself, even better, because when you do private work yourself as a client, hopefully you are doing that, and if you're not, enroll yourself as a client so that there's something energetically that opens up when we do that. It's really hard to attract private clients if we aren't investing in that ourselves. I hope that makes sense, because we don't believe in it. Like, you won't really buy into what you're doing privately if you don't do private work with someone, because then you've experienced the benefit of it, and it's not a sell anymore, it's just a serve when you're offering your package. And if you want laser coaching around that, creating a program and an offering, then please do schedule your complimentary clarity call with me. There's a link below for that. Only for the next 2 weeks am I doing those. So that's the first block. Next block, I don't have a following. Yeah, I didn't have much of a following either when I first started doing privates, and you actually don't need a ton of people. That's the beautiful thing about privates. They have a higher price point typically than, anything else that you might offer. And so you don't need a ton of clients, right? You really don't. Especially if you know how to package your work and your programs, then you don't need you just need a few. And you sign up a few clients, private clients, you probably have people in your life right now who really need you. And so let's start looking at the people right in front of you. That's your audience. That's your audience. The people who know, like, and trust you are the people that you're likely coming into contact with every day at work. Maybe you have a acquaintance, a family member even. Some people are, feel comfortable with that. And if that's you, then you can absolutely have, family that you're coaching. One of my first coaching clients was my husband's best friend. He was dealing with some chronic pain in his body, and I met with him and crafted a customized yoga practice for him that I would do with him. This is before I really came into embodied mindfulness coaching. This was like a long time ago, but for some of you yoga teachers, this might be helpful, is that I would meet with the client, I would ask him what's going on, what are his challenges, what are his struggles, what is he wanting, and then I would craft a package or a program designed to address that. And I might do the practice with him, to adjust him or clarify anything for him, and then, give him something to leave with that he could practice on his own, right? That's a really basic, simple package that you could offer, right? And then, a lot of, so you don't need a lot of people. What you do need is confidence in the power of private work, which likely means that you've experienced private work and how powerful it can be. And if you haven't, my suggestion to you is to start doing private work with someone. Start doing private work with a coach, a mentor, a friend. You can do private work with me, but I would suggest that you start doing that, because you're not gonna really, you're gonna have this nagging doubt if you haven't firsthand experienced the profound transformation that can happen in private work. And so, you might even think about right now, who are 3 or 4 or 5 people that you just know right now could use you? Someone's dealing with chronic pain in your life. Someone's dealing with emotional blocks. So think about it, write them down, right? If fear weren't in the way, who might you, approach? And you can reach out to them. Like this requires the courage to be visible and offer your work and explain the pains and the gains. And if it's someone you know well, like my husband's best friend, it was no problem. I wasn't to have him come over. I used to do private sessions out of my house. And then I would also drive to people's homes when I first started doing private. So When we're first starting out, you hustle and you get humble and you roll up your sleeves and you do it, and I was so stoked to have private clients. It wasn't a problem for me to drive, but when I started getting enough of them, I couldn't do that anymore, and so I needed one place for people to come and see me, or I do Zoom sessions as well for people who don't live near me. The last one is something that I've touched on with these two, is that you really want to know want to have your offer in mind. So you're not going to attract private clients that stay with you and sign up with you and pay for what you're offering them if you don't offer anything. So you need to develop the inner confidence and the skill set to do that. And that's good business coaching. There were 4 business coaches or 3 that I interviewed on The Thriving Healer: Beth Weinstein, or Weinstein, she goes with either one, Melissa McFarlane, who I've worked with, and Patricia Morrison, who I've also worked with. Great business coaches. You might, look them up. You might schedule a clarity call with me because I have some strategies in this area. One of the things that's really helped me build a robust private client base it's not my big audience. It wasn't my big audience. It wasn't my big email list, though I really emphasize that you do that as you're building your practice. But you can start serving private clients right away and bring in some cash flow. It could really help you build your business out. It was the fact that I knew how to offer my work. I knew how to serve, not sell. There's another way there's a whole mindset around it. But I learned how to really serve my clients and take them through the transformation that they wanted. I needed them to work with me for a while. I really got that in my bones that was true. And then I knew how to have a conversation with someone and get to their pains and the gain, and then so that I could offer the program confidently and have them say yes. And so I'm good at that in my realm, in my field. And so that's the thing that was different for me. And so it could be the thing that's different for you. And it's the thing that I see missing in a lot of healers that I know. And so that's why I wanted to have business coaches on The Thriving Healer. And I've also learned some things, and I work with aspiring or current healers around this. So if you would like a little coaching around that, specifically for you, then schedule that freely offered clarity call with me in the next 2 weeks. So the 3 blocks regarding attracting clients is I can't give freely offered sessions because I'll be taken advantage of. I don't have a following, I don't have an audience, and we talked about how you don't need lots of people, you don't need a big following. The people that you can serve are likely people that you know in your work, at school, people, acquaintances. I gave the example of my husband's best friend. Write down 10 people, do it now, stop the video, write them down. And then the third thing is you do need to be skilled somewhat at crafting a program and making an offer. It's no matter what, you can't get away from that. And so get the training that you need for that, whether it be through any good business coach. And like I mentioned before, I'd be happy to talk with you about that as well. And if I can't help you, I can recommend someone who I think would be amazing for you. So I hope this 3 video series has helped you to thrive as a healer and have the confidence to take action and move forward in building your private client base. I hope I've expressed why it can really help you in your healing work in the world, in your healing business, to have private clients. So if you wouldn't mind responding to this email, to this video, let me know what was helpful about what I offered in this series. Let me know what you're going to do to take action to attract more private clients into your practice. And book that clarity call with me if you would like some laser coaching. And sending you so much love and many, many blessings. Namaste.